Good morning, students. Let's start our chapter number 2, animal tissue. Okay, with the topic fluid connective tissue. In this, I have told you about the blood, and now we are on which topic? Lymph. Okay, so let's come to our topic lymph. Students, lymph is a clear, okay, straw colored watery fluid that surrounds what the body cells, and what it is doing, that it picks the fat, bacteria and other unwanted materials from the body, filtering out these substances and defends the body against diseases. Okay, this is the work of lymph. Now the muscular tissues. Students, muscular tissues form the muscles of the body. The contraction and the relaxation of the muscles help the body to carry out different movements. Okay, different types of movements. Now let's see, on the basis of the structure and functions performed by the muscular tissues are of two types. Okay, what are they? Three types: voluntary, involuntary and cardiac muscles. First of all, we will listen about the voluntary or striated muscles. What are these? Students, these muscles are under the control of individual's will. That means they are also called voluntary muscles. Okay, and these muscles attached to the legs, clear, are what type of muscles? Voluntary muscles. While walking, jumping, we can control the muscles of our legs. Okay, these muscles are usually attached to the bones and they are known as skeletal muscles. These cells of these muscles have, carefully listen, that these cells of these muscles have striation of light and dark bands with the many nuclei, or that is why they are also called striated muscles. Okay, now next are involuntary or unstriated muscles. Students, these muscles are not under control of the individual's will. Okay, they are called involuntary muscles. These muscles are spindle shaped and they have only one nucleus, centrally located nucleus. And students, they are not having any striation. That is why they are also known as unstriated muscles. Where these muscles are found? In the walls of hollow organs, which are those: stomach, intestine, blood vessels and urinary bladder. Okay, student, they also help in the movement of food through the digestive system, constricting the blood vessels and emptying the bladder. And students, here different types of muscles are there, and where they are found, that is also there: voluntary muscles of the arm, involuntary muscles of the stomach and this cardiac muscles of the heart. This I will tell you now. Okay, now listen about the cardiac muscles. Students, cardiac muscles are present on in the walls of the heart, and they have the features of both voluntary and involuntary muscles. Like involuntary muscles, they are not under the control of individual will. Okay, but like voluntary muscles, they have striation. Clear how they are having the features of both the voluntary and involuntary muscles? The cardiac muscles help keeps up the contracting and relaxing throughout life and never get tired. Okay, their rhythmic contraction and relaxation help the circulation of blood throughout our body. Okay, students, the fibers of these cardiac muscles have branches which join together with the distinct nucleus in each of them. Now students, there is one comparative study of this muscular tissue. Just have a look on them also: voluntary, involuntary and this cardiac muscles. What is the first? Striation of light and dark bands are found in voluntary, but no striation are found in involuntary. Striation of light and dark bands are found in cardiac muscles. Voluntary muscles are under control of individual's will, while involuntary muscles are not under control. While these cardiac muscles, they are not under the control of the individual's will. Next, they are multinucleate who? Voluntary muscles, while involuntary muscles are uninucleate, and cardiac muscles, they are also uninucleate. Voluntary muscles are found in hands and legs. Involuntary muscles are present in the walls of internal organs. Cardiac muscles are only present in the wall of the heart. Voluntary muscles help in the movement of bones and get tired when overworked is there or when overworked. Okay. When involuntary muscles help in the functioning of internal organs, and these cardiac muscles work continuously throughout the life and they get never tired. Okay. Now the next topic is nervous tissue. Students, nervous tissue consists the nervous system. What is the function of that? It helps in the control and coordination of the body. Brain, spinal cord, nerves, these all are composed of nerve tissues. Okay, it is made up of an elongated cell that is called neuron, or we can say it as nerve cell. And this is the important topic, students. Okay, this diagram is also important. Just have a look on this diagram. This is the structure of neuron and it is important, students. So let's just have a look here. A neuron is a basic structural unit of the nervous system. Neurons or the nerve cells carry forward the messages from the body to the brain and the vice versa. Each nerve cell consists of what, students? A cell body, or we can say it as cytone. It is looking here. Are you seeing here? Cell body or cytone. Okay. This one. Then the cell body contains the nucleus and one or more elongated hair-like projections are there, extensions are there, and they are called dendrons. Are you seeing here, students? These hair-like projections are seen here. These are called dendrons. Okay, this one, this one, this one, this one. These all are called what? Dendrons. Arising from where? This cell body. Okay, it is having one nucleus also. And these dendrons, students, are further divided into some little branches. Some branches, those are known as what? Dendrites. These branches, these branches, this type of branches, they are known as what? Dendrites. Okay, now have a look here. What happens, students? One of these dendrites is longer than the rest of the other dendrites, and that is called what? Axon. Here you are looking, students, here, this one. Okay, several axons are bundled together to form a nerve. The brain and the spinal cord are made up of what? Nervous tissues. Okay, students. So students, just have a look on this topic. It's important topic, and this diagram you have to draw in your copy also. This I will tell you. So students, for today up till here, we will continue in the next video. Thank you.